Now, there are already a ton of factions in Warhammer 3, and each of them are so different that depending on who your favourite is, you can tell a little bit about a person. Now, I made a video like this for Warhammer 2 way back when, but why not update it for Warhammer 3? Oh, also, these are jokes, so if I insult your favourite faction, it's not an attack on you, it's just a bit of fun. Okay, cool. First of all, Kislev. Now, you are the topper of all toppers. When someone complains that their life is too hard or that they forgot their jacket on a cold, chilly day, you have to step in and tell them just how hard you have it. You stand out in sub-zero temperatures every day until you're basically a Russian snowman, and you stand out there to keep the world safe from things they don't even want to know about. Your life is harder than Johnny Sin's Ding Dong. It's harder than the dumpling Vasily's head, and your long speeches staring off into the distance over your glasses of vodka make it clear to everyone that you are zero fun to hang out with or talk to. So maybe it's best you stick alone, because you know who will never complain about being topped? Your best friend's the bears, and we all love bears, so you're not half bad. Cathay. The term superiority complex really comes to mind here. You're perfectly fine and all, but you really feel the need to tell us just how good you are. You're the oldest faction, have the best guns and the best socialist policies. We don't need to hear it, okay? We know that you have like 1 billion people living in every settlement, and that they all slam anvils in sync when they're forging 50 iron daggers to speed level their blacksmithing skill. Now, the upside of you lot is you're great to exchange goods with. Now, if I'm looking for a gigantic living statue or a horse that can fly covered in gold, you always seem to have it to hand. When battling, you go on and on about the perfect balance and strategically place units next to each other, saying it provides some benefits. But we all know it's just flux, and the real best formation is a staunch line of spears. Overall though, you're okay. Just stop bragging about everything. Nobody really likes that. Now, Khorne, you are truly angry at the world. It doesn't matter who or what it is, you are angry at it and most of the time want to destroy it. When your mother takes away your switch, you hit that bitch with a roundhouse strong enough to take the head off of a horse. You take her fallen head and place it on the ever-growing skull throne. Anything to do with spilling blood or collecting skulls, and you are there. Your enemies will know you're coming from a mile away and still be doing a stinky doo-doo in their britches. That being said, you aren't exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. Anything that requires a lot of thought or study, you're not really interested. You can't learn to use magic or other stealth, but that doesn't really matter to you. Who needs stealth and magic when you can drown the world in blood? Tzeentch, you enjoy taking more of an overlord role in things. Rather than getting your own hands dirty, you prefer plucking the strings of fate to have your enemies fighting each other for you. When you're playing Minecraft with your friends, you steal both of their diamonds and turn them on each other, whilst you sit back in your hidden base behind a sticky piston door, counting all your riches. You're also a gigantic fucking nerd. You're constantly collecting new books and burying your long pointed nose into them to master everything from public speaking to multiple laws of magic. If you do need to fight, you wield this magic to give you as unfair an advantage as you can. Whereas Khorne is a being of total rage, your fury is more planned and diplomatic, and you dismantle your enemies before they even know what's coming. Nurgle. Now, you are a disgusting, disease-ridden bag of plague. When you step into the elevator, everyone else steps off, but it's too late. Your fetid stench has already secured itself in their nostrils for the remainder of the day. Those lucky enough to brush against your arm on the way out can already feel themselves being overcome by some putrid illness. All that being said, you're also a pretty chill dude. Whereas the other Chaos Gods want to burn the world in their own special way, you only wish to get high in an assortment of plagues and spread the love as much as possible. Really the hippies of the Warhammer world, I would say. Now, when it comes to relationships, you can only really establish them with others that share your distaste for personal hygiene. The most push you ever got was from one of your many infected wounds. At this stage, you simply take what you can get. Slaanesh. Now, a total 180 from Nurgle, Slaaneshi followers are all about the puss, and just about anything else they can get jiggy with. The world only exists for pleasure, and spending time pursuing anything else is a total waste of your time. Unless you can stick something in it, or stick it somewhere in you, it ain't worth it. When it comes to handling conflict, you have some specific tastes. Pain is no issue, as beyond the edge of traditional pleasures, you often find pain, and sometimes prefer it, so fighting enemies in combat is really just another way to get off, that result in one of two things. Either they'll get weirded out and run away, or they'll keep fighting you, in which case you get to bust a nut as well as a jaw. There are really no limits to the lengths you'll go to feel something, so just try to be safe out there, or Nurgle won't be the only one in the world ridden with disease. The Ogre Kingdoms. Strangely, the Ogres are not too dissimilar from Slaanesh. They are both into stuffing incredible amounts of things into themselves, but with Ogres, it's mostly just the one entrance and exit. Similar to how the men hunting Predator believed if it bleeds we can kill it, Ogres believe if it exists, we can probably try eating it. They put this to the test by constantly tossing everything they come across into a pot to see how it affects the dish. It doesn't matter if this is a plant, animal, or sentient being, all are equally treated by the Ogres, making them into one of the most progressive races out there. Now, when you're not stuffing your face well beyond the limit of any living creature, you like to hire yourself out to do the jobs that no one else wants to. So if old lady Marjorie across the road wants her lawn mowing, by God, you're going to do it. And if you happen to run over the cat, just toss it in the stew and hope no one notices. And for now, that is everyone. Of course, over time, there'll certainly be more races added to Warhammer 3 and DLCs and Immortal Empires, but why not get ahead while I can? If you like this video and want to see more, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, stay up to date. Leave a comment, let me know which is your favourite faction and how accurate I was at describing it. Of course, check out COLONELDAMNEDERS.store to grab the brand new Christmas sweater merch and anything else store-wide 10% off until the end of the year using the code FESTAG2021 at checkout. I'd also like to thank some supporters of the channel, like It's Your Boy LC and Henry Tucker for their support at that Unclean Ones tier. Thank you to all supporters of the channel, and thank you for watching. And for now, I've been COLONELDAMNEDERS, and I will see you next turn.